Hi everyone, thanks for joining me on my channel today. Today's sketch is one where they're using the a horizontal photo, and it looks like they just have a couple layers behind, a tag, and then a circular element, and they've got feathers here, and it looks like it's double matted. So I am going to be scrapbooking these two pictures. They're of me and my mom wearing our pearls, and so I'm just gonna scrapbook about that. And for my background paper, I am going to be using this kind of a peachy color. I thought it was the best that went with both of our shirts because I'm wearing kind of a purple and she's kind of wearing a red, so none of the colors are really going to go with each other. So I'm just going with what's pretty. Now this is die cuts with a view, and I'm not sure if the hole for here will allow me to do a 12-inch border or not, but if it won't, then what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut it down to an 11.5 by 11.5 and mat it on the white cardstock. But I'll wait and see. I just need to measure it on the trimmer, and if I get that little dip in there, I'm just going to mat it and go with the white. Now for my two pieces of paper that are going to be going behind, I have this floral. I think this is going to be my bigger piece, and then I have this piece of wood grain that I'll use as well. And so those, actually maybe I'll do the wood grain as my bigger piece and then the floral, because then that will pop off of. Yeah, I'll figure it out. So these are going to be my layers. This is going to be my background. Now I did go into the paper pad, and I also fussy cut a few things out. So for my tags, I have these two tags, and I'm like, this one says thank you, but if I tuck it in enough, I'm hoping that just the florals will stick out and I can use that little pop of color up above. And then I really like this saying that says become the change, and I have a butterfly and then two journaling cards. The reason behind the picture has to do with this was on Inauguration Day and Kamala being sworn in as vice president. And I'm not going to get political as far as whether you're one party or another. My mother has been a huge supporter of women and women's rights, not like marching, but has been very her lineage really supported that kind of a role of wanting to see a woman in office. And her aunt was part of going through with trying to get the women the vote and the whole 9 yards. So for her at 80 to actually see somebody sworn in, a woman as vice president, when she's, had her aunt as an influence through her life about the rights of women and the rights of women voting, to her it was very historical. And there's a lot that goes behind the pearls. It's not just something for Kamala. It means strength. It was a sign even with the women's movement, and you can see a lot of women politicians and a lot of women actually in businesses or whatever that wear the pearls. So that's what my story is going to be about, is the history of the right for women to vote. Not necessarily who the candidate was, the party that won, whatever. It's more of the equal rights of women in office, in running countries, and having a say just like anybody should have. So please, no political commentaries, whatever. This is strictly my history, my story about my mom and her beliefs. And that's the wonderful thing about scrapbooking. You have to write your own story. You may have a different story. You may have a different opinion or belief, but that's something that you can go and put in your book. And so I'm mainly sharing it because I want to show you that you can write a story, but also to show you how you can scrapbook the story. The story is not as important as saving the memory, if that makes sense. So anyway, I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to go ahead and cut everything down and mat it. And I will probably go ahead, since I know that I want the tags to be behind, I'll probably put those down, but then I'll come back and we'll finish embellishing it. So let me put you on pause. Okay, so I've gone ahead and matted it down. Now I did change my mind and I decided not to use the wood grain paper. Instead, I picked out from that same paper pad this lighter color because it was feeling very heavy. And so what I did was I used it to mat my photos and then also used it as this strip right here. I then used the green. Now this Die Cuts with a View paper pad did trim down to 12 by 12 without that little hole showing, but I really liked how I was able to pop a little bit more of that color off. So I did mat it. So I cut this down to 11.5 by 11.5. For my circular element, I just grabbed a doily, tucked that under. I have that die cut that I cut out, so it's become the change. And then I did put the 2 tags up here. And I was able to hide the one that says thinking of you and then pop it up so you could see the design on both. So now I just want to finish it off with some, just a little bit of embellishments. Now in the sketch, it has this little flag banner here, but because I'm using 2 photos instead of 1, I don't really have enough room for that. My embellishments here go up to that corner, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that out of the sketch. Now I have this butterfly that I fussy cut out, and I'm thinking I just want to go and put it like right up here, or I could tuck it under, you know, so it's just kind of peeking out. So I think I'm going to put that there. And then I have these 2 journaling cards, and I really do have a lot to journal. So I'm not really sure. I'm leaning towards this one right here. And it really doesn't block off anything as far as my mom. Or I could even tuck it under the photos and the layers. Let me just see how that looks. Let's see, I'd have to go in a little bit more. I'm not sure. I don't think I like it above more. But I'd almost have to go all the way over here because of the silver, unless I put it higher. And then I have it come off here, but that doesn't give me a lot of journaling. So then I have this one here. This one I could just use half of. And have it peek down. Let me see how it looks over here. Because I don't care if it covers me up. I'm more worried about covering up my mom. Or if I cut, let me cut this in half. Because I really like the ball jar. And the silver brings it, or the gold brings it down. So let me try doing this instead. Have it go under the photo. Alright, I like that, because then I can embellish this corner. So let me go ahead and glue that down. Now what I have is from my last layout I made. I have a couple hearts left that are wood veneer hearts. I think I have 3 of them. Let me see. Hang on 1 second. I do. So I think I want to have the 3 hearts. So maybe like 1 down here with the ball jar on the journaling. And then maybe like 1 on each of the tags. Okay, I like that. And then I do have some enamel dots. And I kind of like these corally colors. So let me first glue these hearts down real quick. And actually I'm going to have this one kind of go a little bit towards the edge. And then off camera I will go ahead and put twine in. So you'll see those in the pictures afterwards. It's just on my other side of my room. And as y'all know, lazy scrapbooker, it doesn't want to get up right now to go get it. So I use things that are within reach. All right, and then I'm just going to put the enamel dots. So let's start down here. And for the big ones, they kind of are huge. So what I will tend to do is tuck them under so that they're not, it kind of hides a little bit of it. And let's see. I think that one can go like there. And this one can go here. And we can go with here. And here. And then maybe we'll do a little one right here. And then another bigger one here. All right. And then with a little twine, I think that's good. So here is our day 18 layout. I want to thank you guys for stopping by and checking it out. Again, make sure that you check out everybody who's playing along. The links will be in the description box below, along with the Facebook group if you haven't joined. It's really been great. And even if you want to play along but you don't have time now, if you're part of the Facebook group, Christy has in the photo section a folder or an album. And in there is each of the sketches. So this is series number 7. So there is 7 albums within her photo section. Within each album, there is the 30 sketches. And in the comment section of the sketches are the layouts that everyone who has played along has uploaded on there. And if there is an Instagram or a YouTube video, they'll also leave the links to those so you can get tons and tons of inspiration. And if you don't have time to play this month, it's always there for you. So you figure you've got 30 layouts times 7 series. That's 210 layouts if I'm doing my math right. You know, might be more. I don't know. Don't listen to my math. But anyways, the point is there is a ton of layouts. Yeah, my math was way wrong. Anyway, I can scrapbook and use a calculator. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Check everybody out, and we will see you again tomorrow for day number 19. We're almost towards the end. Thanks, and have a great day.